What happens if your rideshare accident is not reported to the police? Keep watching this video. We'll answer this question, try to help you with this situation. Believe it or not, this happens a lot more than you would think it does. So if you're watching this video, I've got some experience with it with my clients, and I can give you some tips and pointers. We're going to talk about, number one, why it potentially matters at all in the first place, so you understand the importance. And number two, what to do in that situation when it's unreported to protect yourself. So we'll hit those two topics. Before I do, I want to introduce myself. My name is Ted Spalding. I'm an Atlanta personal injury trial attorney. I have been trying cases in my home state of Georgia and throughout the country for the past 20 years. And I created this channel to try to give back and give some of my experience and what I have learned to help people do one of two things. One, become a better personal injury client for an attorney like myself. Being more informed is always more helpful. Or if you're trying to handle your claim or case on your own, give you some information, tidbits, things to help you in trying to manage that claim on your own. So let's dive into this topic today. Why is it important potentially regarding the wreck being unreported to a police department? Well, again, this happens more often than you would believe, especially when you're the passenger. You don't have a lot of control over whether it gets reported or not. The two drivers, obviously, they confer, those sorts of things. I always tell people, get on the phone, call yourself, don't assume they are. But if you're watching this video, it's been unreported. Why is that an issue? Well, the whole point of the police is so an independent person that's got the evidence, has the knowledge to determine who's at fault, does that. Who's an independent party, not one of the two involved, and they can be relied on in court as to who's at fault and who isn't. So what it means is you don't have that independent party to call to court to say, see, they're at fault or this person is at fault. And that's a big issue. So not very good that it's unreported, but it's not the end of the world. So you got to know that's why it's so important. So now what do you do to protect yourself? Well, you got to do a number of things to help show who's at fault in the wreck, and secondarily to prove that you were in either the rideshare vehicle, if that's where you were, or you were in the other vehicle that was involved. So let's talk through those things. Evidence. It's all about what evidence do you need to collect. So no police report, you don't have the proof of who's at fault. Hopefully you've got pictures. Pictures speak 1,000 words oftentimes. That alone can do an accident reconstruction. The adjusters will do that as well to determine who's at fault. Has anyone admitted to fault? Did you get a recording of that? Okay, that would be great if you had it. Number three, what video is around of the wreck itself? So if it's a rideshare, oftentimes rideshare vehicles, either they have dash cam that they have put up to protect themselves, so they'll have a capture the wreck, or a lot of rideshare drivers use Teslas. Teslas, you may not know, automatically record. They have cameras all around their vehicles. They automatically record and would capture the wreck. So capturing the wreck itself obviously is the best evidence because it will be there to prove who's at fault. Look at the video. So are there any video? Is there any video from any surrounding businesses where the wreck occurred? You would want to look. So you got to do all of this investigating because we don't have that natural police report saying this party's at fault, not this party. Here's what happened. Banks, restaurants, fast food places, other businesses in and around the area of where it happened. Reach out to them, find out, do they have video facing out to the roadway? Did it capture something? See what they have. You'd be surprised how many times they do capture the wreck itself. Very, very, very important. At the end of the day, you got to prove who's at fault. You don't have the police officer there to testify to say who it is. So you've got to build all that evidence, and it's all circumstantial evidence unless you've got that video, and you may not. Got to do the photos, got to look at other sources to prove who's at fault. Witnesses, that's another big one. Did you get any information of any witnesses that saw the wreck? Oftentimes police officers don't write that down. Figure that out. Really, really, really important for you. Secondarily, if you are in the rideshare vehicle as a passenger, you would have to prove you're in that vehicle. That's typically done by the police officer, right? Because they mark down who are the passengers in all the vehicles. That for the police reports, your proof, I was in the rideshare. So you don't have that. You don't want the rideshare company saying, hey, we got no proof you were in there. No, keep your receipts. So you should have the on your phone app, if you used it, or on your computer, you purchased the ride. Here's the driver, timing of it, all of that. The driver should have that information as well. It should be requesting all of that to prove you were in the vehicle. Very, very, very important. You don't have that because you don't have the police report. So make sure you save all that evidence. Very, very important. So this is what happens when you don't have a report it to police rideshare accident. I hope this helps you in handling this. If you have any questions, please comment below. Thank you so much for watching. I've got some other videos on rideshare accidents and how to handle injuries and those sorts of things. Please check those out as well. And as always, thank you for watching my video.